Hi and welcome again to the South China Morning Post's Racing Podcast. I'm Alan Aitken and today is the 11th of November 2009. Back to Happy Valley Racing tonight. But first of all, a look at the news. And yesterday morning, Sacred Kingdom threw out a warning to everyone who would dare to knock him off his throne as Hong Kong's best sprinter with a brilliant trial win up the straight. It was the first time Sacred Kingdom had stepped out in a serious test for some time, but with Brett Prebble aboard, he sprinted very quickly to go from midfield to an easy lead and then was eased down at the finish in a most impressive effort. Also yesterday at Sha Tin, a bronze statue to commemorate the achievements of the great silent witness was unveiled. Owners Archie and Betty De Silva were there, along with trainer Tony Cruz, and his regular jockey, Felix Kutsi, was flown in from South Africa for the unveiling of the life-size statue by British sculptor Juliet Kersham. The statue will be at the entryway to Sha Tin Racecourse, where people can admire the greatness of Silent Witness at the start of each and every race day. Also in the news, Douglas White. Well, for the first time since his initial Jockey Championship win in Hong Kong in the 2000-2001 season, we've got past the 16th meeting of the season without Douglas White in the lead. Yes, by this time every season for the past 8 or 9 years, Douglas White had already taken over the front running in the Jockey Championship and was on his way to another championship success. But the word on the street, certainly the common wisdom around town, is that his reign is over. And this time, Douglas White finds himself not only not in the lead, but sitting in 8th position with only 8 wins for the season to date. And that's 8 less than his previous slowest start. Douglas White himself says he'll be back. And you can read his comments in the story about Douglas White online at www.racing.scmp.com. Well, today, Wednesday, is always on the rails day, and today in the rails, I take a look back at Ivan Allen, the man, the trainer, the identity, and some of the anecdotes that I'm aware of from his life and times as a great racehorse trainer in Singapore, an owner around the world, and of course a 3 times championship winner in Hong Kong. Also in the rails today, I'm taking a look at the simulcast service being provided by the Jockey Club and whether they might want to lift their telecasts a notch or two to get the best benefit from the new simulcast rights. Now to racing at Happy Valley tonight, and the feature race is the 7th, the Community Chest Cup, and it's been a long downhill run really for number 5 Ambitious General since he arrived here from Australia as a dual Group 1 placed 3-year-old in the Classics in Sydney. He looked to have it all ahead of him, but really it's been all behind him. A number of problems with his breathing apparatus have seen him lose form in Hong Kong, lose ratings points, and suffer the indignity of 2 operations to his throat. But the second one seems to have done the job. He's come back a lot better in 4 starts this season, and his latest run when 3rd at Sha Tin was the pointer to his first win coming sooner rather than later. I think it can be in tonight's feature race. It's race 7 at Happy Valley, the Community Chest Cup, number 5 Ambitious General for the front page of the guide. The Jockey Challenge, and Brett Prebble was posted the 3.8 favourite ahead of Douglas White with an unusual 5-ride book tonight at 4.7. Then the apprentices, Keith Yeung at 6.0, and the first man to be backed in last night's opening markets, 7.5 into 6.5, was Derek Leung. Well, it's a long time. I don't think anyone can remember a 7-pound claiming apprentice being on top of the jockey's table at this stage of the season, but that's where Keith Yeung finds himself, and I think he can go right on with the job in the Jockey Challenge tonight. He's got a couple of great rides for his boss, Armand Lee, including Decagonal in the fourth and Noble Zoom in the opening event. And at 6.0, I think that Keith Young is the bet for tonight's Jockey Challenge. And finally, best bet. And my best tonight, as mentioned previously, Keith Young aboard Decagonal, race 4, number 12. This horse has finally drawn a barrier for the first time in a while, and I think that will be all the difference he needs with his featherweight in the fourth. Race 4, number 12, my best, Decagonal. And that's all for this edition of the South China Morning Post Racing Podcast. For more on the stories you've heard about here, take a look online at www.racing.scmp.com or pick up your copy of today's South China Morning Post with the lift-out guide for Happy Valley. I'm Alan Aitken. Good punting.